Bohra, VP-Research at Religare now joins us. Praful, hi, good morning. First, if you track Cadila Healthcare, because that came out with what looked like a good set of numbers and the stock is up as well.
So, I don't yet cover the stock, but, I've seen the numbers. I think the numbers are pretty robust in terms of operating margins. They reported close to 25% margins this quarter. Even if I were to exclude the one-offs, I think the margin would be somewhere around 23.5%, which I think is a robust performance. But, so overall, I think it was a good set of numbers.
Okay. All right. So that's on Cadila Healthcare. Praful, wanted your thoughts on what took place on Wednesday with Dr. Reddy's down around 3% Torrent Pharma getting approval for Nexium generic, and then the anticipated revenue assumptions for Dr. Reddy's being reduced. Your thoughts on everything that transpired, and whether you're even revising Dr. Reddy earning estimates?
So again, Dr. Reddy's is not under official coverage, but I think this quarter would be more of a moderate one for Dr. Reddy's. I think they should report close to a 10% YY growth in profits, because of the emerging markets currency headwinds that they have. I think having said that, the second thing is the approvals for Dr. Reddy's are not really coming through because of the Srikakulam plant. But obviously Nexium is something which will benefit them. So I think overall this would be more like a moderate quarter for Dr. Reddy's. For Torrent Pharma, I think this quarter would be one of their best, given the fact that they would make somewhere around $75 million as per our estimate from Abilify. So I think Abilify should be a very large proportion this quarter, and I think that would drive the earnings for this quarter. Having said that, I think going forward, if you see. Nexium is something which is a near-term trigger, which probably they should launch. But after that, I think we see a lack of triggers in the stock. So I think then it should probably moderate down.
Okay. A word on Lupin as well, Praful, which had a volatile run and now almost getting back to lifetime highs.
Yeah, so Lupin, we do not expect it to be a very great quarter for them for two reasons. One is last year they had a very high base, and this year they haven't got. So some of the large approvals are delayed. So I think the big blockbuster approvals that were supposed to come in Nexium, Religare, and all these things are probably delayed to the fourth quarter. So I think this quarter would be one of the moderate ones. Secondly, they're going to face some headwinds in the yen appreciation against the INR. So I think these two factors would probably keep the the earnings low for this quarter.
How much do you think Torrent Pharma is going to make from Nexium generic?
So assuming that the other competition, the other players also get the approval for generic Nexium, I think on a sustainable basis, this can be anywhere between $30 to $50 million, depending on when the competition launches the product.
Okay. We have Strides also, which is delivering numbers next week, and they made that acquisition of Medispans, I think more focused on the probiotic business. Plus, they had the acquisition of Johnson & Johnson's 7 brands as well, which they announced. Your reading of the entire transaction, also what you can expect from the numbers?
So Strides, if you see their history, they have built their Indian business, through acquisitions. So this is the 4th acquisition for the company. So while they've not disclosed the financial details of the deal, if you go by historic multiples, they have not, they have always paid somewhere around, anywhere between 1 to 2 times EV to sales. The combined portfolio is somewhere around 32 crores of revenue, and I don't think so this would be more than a 100 crore acquisition for them. Having said that, again, on an overall scheme of things, this would still be a very, a small acquisition in terms of size, because it would probably be less than 1% of their FY17 revenues. So not a very material one, but yes, definitely it expands their portfolio in India.
Okay, so what are your top ideas in the pharma space? Which stocks are you most bullish on?
So we like Glenmark. Unlike the street, we think the company, the chances of the company missing its annual EBITDA guidance of 1,750 crores is less, because probably from third quarter and fourth quarter you'll see Mupirocin, the price hikes which were taken in Mupirocin cream, they would start panning out. So probably we would see a quarterly delta of somewhere around $10 million. So we would expect that some of the EBITDA bridge would happen because of that, and usually if you see second half is better for Glenmark. So we are not very much concerned about the EBITDA miss. The second thing is, even on Venezuela, I think the reporting currency would be close to somewhere around 15 or 16 rupees, bolivars per dollar. So I think the impact of Venezuelan currency is already there in the price. I don't see much decline from here on, because anyways we are taking a 50% decline in Venezuela for this year. So, from here on, I don't see incremental any more negative for Glenmark. I think we would be bullish on that. So, my target is somewhere around 1370 on this stock.
Okay, so if you had to leave us with one stock which is going to outperform in terms of numbers and one stock which you think is going to underperform in terms of numbers, which one would it be?
So obviously, as I mentioned, I think Torrent is something that can outperform on the numbers, and given the fact that Abilify would be a large proportion, and Lupin can underperform, because of the reasons I mentioned.
Okay, fair enough, Praful. We leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and talking to us. So that's on the pharma space. Time for